Hello, hello, hello. It is Monday, May 19th, 2025, and this is your Mining Disrupt News Surge. Be sure you scan this QR code right here, right in front of that cowboy hat, to get your tickets to the Mining Disrupt 2025, the second event. That's right, 2 events in 2025. This time it's down in Texas. Look at this background. Look, Texas. The heart, the home, the center of Bitcoin mining in the United States of America. There is so much hash power dedicated to the Texas region that if you are interested in Bitcoin mining, that's the place you want to talk to people. If there's a way to utilize power, I'm pretty sure somebody in Texas knows about it, whether it's wind, solar, methane from a dump, coal, nuclear, cow farts. We're going to jump right over to the numbers here on timechaincalendar.com, and we are over 100,000. I just saw a metric today that said this is the first time that Bitcoin has stayed above 100,000 for a week straight. But I want to point you to this right here. This is my favorite number right there. Public nodes, 22,266 right now. That is very, very good for the Bitcoin ecosystem. If you haven't already, be sure that you like and subscribe. And if you got a moment on your hand, leave a comment below. Let's keep this discussion about Bitcoin and the mining space going. Now I'm going to be answering some questions about Bitcoin. And one of the first ones is this right here, and it pertains to nodes and people. Knut Svanholm, I believe that is actually how you say his name. You actually do pronounce the K. Knut Svanholm says, a node is a person, not a piece of software. This confuses a lot of people. This one absolutely confused me for a while. And the best way that I can say it is like this. It doesn't matter if you have 10,000 PS5s if you're playing the same game by yourself. You need people to play that game with you. So if you're playing 1-2-3 game, look, my version of the game is the best version. It's 1-2-3 game, but everybody else is playing ABC game. It doesn't matter that you're playing that because you're playing it with yourself. You don't want to do that. Don't play games with yourself. Play games with other people. That's why nodes are people in what they do with their nodes, not just the nodes. It's not a vote. As for the thumbnail, well, I'm sure, I hope you saw this news. Here's Conor McGregor saying, Max and Naib, send me a message and let's organize a meeting talking about Bitcoin. And here's Max, we're on. When can you get to El Salvador? Conor McGregor was, for a little while there, the most well-known, the most popular or hated sports figure in the world. He was everywhere for a couple of years there. And while he's fallen off in terms of fighting, he's still a very, very popular, influential figure. And I am quite curious to see what'll happen with his political moves over in Ireland. But one thing is absolutely abundantly clear. People are starting to pay attention to the power, the impact, and the importance of Bitcoin. Speaking about that very thing, here's Steak and Shake. Bitcoin has been launched at Steak and Shake. The revolution is underway. Steak Toshi, which I don't believe is anybody, but that was posted on May 16th, Friday. Now let's do a quick flash round of questions because, boy, that thing from the Financial Times, you know, the teeth one, that has been up there all over the place. People have been talking about it, but here's Peruvian Bull quoting, I should say, some of the people shown below. He's got, Bitcoin is infinitely divisible, and therefore, there's infinite supply. If you have a pizza and you cut it up into 1,000,000 pieces, do you feed more people? No, it's the same amount of pizza. If you have a dollar bill and you make pennies and you make half pennies, you make half pennies and half pennies and all the way down to tiny, tiny, tiny fraction pennies, do you have more dollar? No, same dollar.
My teeth are also scarce, so why aren't they worth billions of dollars?
Because nobody wants your teeth? That's kind of how supply and demand works. You would think somebody working at the Financial Times would understand one of the most core basic things about economics, supply and demand. And I don't know how much of a demand there is for her teeth, but there is clearly enough demand for Bitcoin to drive the price to over 100,000 USD. And then this last one, which is a little bit more esoteric, a little bit more woo-woo, but really not once you understand it.
I can't touch Bitcoin, therefore it has no value. I mean, at the end of the day, I could at least use a block of gold to
prop a door open, so that's got to be worth something, right? You could find something to prop your door open. You don't need gold for that. Just because Bitcoin doesn't have a tangible aspect to it, you can't pick it up and carry it around the way that you can with a gold coin, doesn't mean that it shouldn't have value. Somebody's love for you, the love that you feel for this person, the job that you have, the title, those aren't tangible things. You might have a certificate that proves that thing, but it's not a tangible thing. And yet those things are worth a lot to a lot of people. And then down here in the comments, we've got David Pinto saying it's the conviction that they are so sure they are right that I love the most. Bless their hearts. That is really kind of cuts to the chase of it. The people that don't understand Bitcoin haven't spent even an hour in many cases looking into it, let alone 100 hours. Because I have not met, nor have I heard of, anybody that has put in the requisite time, truly understands Bitcoin, and walked away going, I don't think so. There have been people that have walked away and gone, I bet I can do some sort of sneaky scam. There have been people that have gone, I bet I can rug pull a lot of people. Or, I bet I can convince people to buy my some lying dishonesty nonsense. Sure, there is that. But has there ever been somebody that's gone, oh, I actually understand Bitcoin, that's proven through the things they've talked about and gone, I really just don't think it's any different than my teeth. I haven't met that person. I don't think that person exists. Until next week.